let's get into some of the things. Obviously, Super Bowl last night, I only stayed up through the halftime show. And now I understand that Philly fans were in rare form last night after the game because they lost. It was a very close game. Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and Philly fans exploded in downtown at Philadelphia City Hall. There's like all kinds of riots and like, tearing down lampposts or whatever. Because I don't know why, but people just cannot behave themselves anymore after games, even if they win, right? Like whether they win or whether they lose, people are just awful. And my husband has always said Philly fans are especially awful. And I mean, according to the headlines, that is actually kind of true because the city was a mess, absolute mess.
Why would you do that to your own city?
This is what I don't understand. This is what I do not understand.
It's like crapping where you eat. I don't get it. It's like, why would you do that? Like, that is your city.
I know. Like what? And so I get that you're mad. There was like a video going around on Twitter of it was just a personal, like a group of people watching the game. And it was a guy in a Phillies jacket who's obviously mad at the call that contributed to their loss. He literally, in front of all of his friends, punches the TV and then just smashes it to the ground. And I'm just like, do you see how absolutely self-defeating that is? Like, What are you doing?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't see it. He does not see it. And it's a game. Right. It is a game.
Anyway, so I'm sorry, spoiler alert for anybody that didn't know the score of the game, but that is how the game went. Now, there were a lot of bright spots, and one of them happened before the game took place, and that was when all the first responders that helped contribute to Damar Hamlin's recovery after his cardiac arrest were introduced, like the whole group of them, and everybody gave them a round of applause. And then Damar Hamlin himself came out, much to the chagrin, I guess, of all the crazy people who were like, Damar Hamlin is really dead because he wasn't seen for like 2 weeks after his cardiac arrest. So therefore, people are keeping him from us, and they're like using a body double. The conspiracy theories out there about Damar Hamlin were batshit for a while. So here is Damar enjoying all the hugs.
Also joining us tonight, a special guest here to share his appreciation. Ladies and gentlemen, Buffalo Bills safety, Damar Hamlin.
That's so neat.
Anyway, that was a nice moment.
Yeah, that's precious. That was really,
really nice moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
And then we have to obviously talk about the national anthem. But before we do that, I wanted to remind everybody that MyPillow 2.0, the new like high-tech temperature regulating MyPillow 2.0 pillows are out now. And it is buy one, get one when you go to mypillow.com/chicks and use code chicks. Buy one, get one. Got them finally this weekend. Slept on them.
They're amazing, aren't they?
Yeah,
aren't they? I know.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, they're nice. They are really nice, you guys. You should check them out. MyPillow.com/chicks. Buy one, get one. I mean, come on. You should take advantage of this special. MyPillow.com/chicks. Chris Stapleton is a freaking. He's amazing, you guys. So I was in love with his rendition of Star Spangled Banner. So bluesy, so soulful, so just, and to see the coach of the Eagles sobbing, to see one of the Kelsey brothers sobbing. I mean, I want to believe that they were moved by the emotion of the patriotism, right? I'm going to believe that until I'm told otherwise by them. But it was incredibly moving. So for those of you who missed it, I'm just going to let a little bit play, especially until we get to the crying, because I know you didn't see it either. And this was amazing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early
He's not crying yet, but just wait.
Oh, so proudly we hailed at the twilight's past gleaming, whose broad strides and
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
through the perilous fight.
God, I love him.
Oh, the
I love him
ramparts we walked were so
too. That guy's gonna start crying.
gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular upon
Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, there was that guy all over the place.
through the night.
Oh my God, look
That
at
I
these girls. I love it.
Was still there.
So great.
Yeah.
Oh, say,
I'm just letting it play through because I can't cut it off.
Spangled banner yet wave. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That is like the best.
Oh my
best.
God.
I think that's the best I've ever heard. So
I
great.
mean,
So
Whitney.
so great.
and there's him,
Yeah.
and there's a few other standouts, but
Mhm.
yeah, that was
fantastic.
ugh, I just-
Fantastic.
I love that.
Mhm.
Love it. So it was a great start to the game. And then we got to halftime. Now, I do see some comments already from people who are like, she sucked. And Trump, because Trump hates Rihanna ever since she like spray painted F Trump on a car. Remember that whole thing?
Right.
So I'm going to read you his tweet or his Truth Social about her. Here's what he said. He said, epic fail. Rihanna gave, without question, the single worst halftime show in Super Bowl history. This after insulting far more than half our nation, which is already in serious decline with her foul and insulting language. Also, so much for her stylist.
I mean, I thought it was good.
I loved it.
I thought her show was really good. And listen, I know she's pregnant with their second child, this is why she was covered. That's why she was covered. However, not all celebrities would have done that. Not all celebrity women who are pregnant. I don't even know how far along she is.
I mean, she looks like a good bit.
There's
pregnant.
a bump there. There's definite bump there. But not all celebrity women would have covered themselves up like that, being pregnant.
Oh, I mean, there was not any skin to be seen
showing
on
right.
her.
And
Now, did she twerk and get all like
yeah,
crotch
she
grabby?
did.
Yeah,
She did. She got a crotch grabby. I mean, it was a little silly looking when she did it, but I was like, seriously, is that necessary? Because one of the things, my daughter, because my 13-year-old daughter watched it with me, and she's like, Mom, she's got a really great voice, and I said, yeah, she does. She has a beautiful voice, and that's the thing that she took away from it. And she's like, is she pregnant? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that she's pregnant. That's happening right there. And that's the thing that she took away from it was her voice, which is I'm glad that that's what she took away from it. It wasn't, Shakira and J-Lo shaking their asses in the camera. And that's what she would have taken away from that performance had she seen it, which she never saw that performance. But that's what everybody took away from that performance. It wasn't their voices, unfortunately. With this one, it was her voice. And I'm like, well, that's cool because she does have a beautiful voice. So,
well, I mean, it was lip sunk, if that's the right word.
Was it? I don't.
There were moments where she wasn't even singing and you still heard her singing. Yeah, there were a lot of moments. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was there. But I mean, that doesn't belie the fact that she does have a great voice. It's just when you're like on a platform in the sky and you're pregnant and you're dancing, I would expect there to be a track behind you. So there was a lot of lip syncing. In fact, I was actually like, come on, Rihanna, at least pretend that you're actually singing, because there were a few moments where I was like, she's not even trying to look like she's singing. But the songs, it made me remember like how many songs of hers I love. Right. The only complaint I had is that she didn't sing one of my favorites, which was Cheers. And I thought that would have been a really nice addition. But that was a lot of songs, a lot of hits in a very short period of time.
They said that she had 39 different playlists that she went into this. She went into the Super Bowl with like 39 different ways of doing the show. And then she finally settled on one because she has such a huge repertoire of songs.
And I forget about that. So I know a lot of people said, I heard a lot of people say it was boring because really, like from beginning to end, it wasn't like there was a scenery change or, it was her singing up, down, like on different platforms, and a lot of like Chinese spy balloon looking people dancing around her. And so that was the whole thing. But to me, I was like, you know what? That's kind of cool that you're just focusing on the actual music instead of some big elaborate show that detracts from the music. So I have, in case anyone missed it, I have just a tiny little piece of it so you can get a feel for how that went. I would be terrified.
Yeah, I'd be terrified. Somebody said women will listen to anything.
What's that?
That's what somebody commented. Women will listen to anything.
I love that song. I love that song. That's a great song.
I totally disagree with that. I will not listen to anything.
I will.
I will not. She will. She will listen to anything. I will not listen to anything. But I was like, I watched that last night. I was like, this isn't so terrible. I've seen worse at the Super Bowl. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I like her music and I'm not going to apologize for it. And I liked it. So
it was fine.
Thank you, Zig. Zig said it was an all women pilots flyover. That's right. It was all women doing the flyover.
And there was the first woman referee at the Super Bowl, I think, last night.
Really? I didn't notice that.
I believe I can't remember her name, but my husband said that to me, and he said there was like the first woman Super Bowl ref, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay, all right. So that was that. Now, Daisy and I were talking before the show that we were kind of just meh about the commercials this year. They weren't
that great.
Not a whole lot of
a lot of EV, John Hamm in the fridge. It's just like nothing was funny.
I did like the Ben Affleck J-Lo drive-through commercial. That was
I didn't see
cute.
it. I didn't see that.
Okay. Well, like he pretended to work. I can't even remember who.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
It's Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah.
He was working the drive-through and like people were getting selfies with him and he was super cute and funny in the little drive-through. Well, then J-Lo pulls up in a minivan and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, feeling caught. And she's like, "Is this what you do when you tell me that you're working late or whatever?" And she's like, get in here. And he's like, "Sorry, you guys, I got to go." And so it was just playing on the whole J-Lo runs him like a friggin' slave.
Yeah.
And so it was just a play. It was a play on that. It was cute. I thought that was cute. I didn't save it to play for you all, but I thought that was kind of cute. That's the only one really though that I was like, okay, I went
I miss the Clydesdales. You know what I mean? I miss the there's none of that.
There was an ad from Greg Gutfeld, the new king of late night, and we will show you that just as soon as we remind you that if you're not taking your vitamins from Healthy Cell, now is a really good season to do it. As Daisy can attest, she's like fighting off a little funk right now.
It's gross.
Healthy Cell. This is now you got to start your immune boost now because the immune boost is what's going to help her kick that cold quicker.
It will
and you need just your basics, right? You need a multivitamin. And if you're trying to swallow down like a horse pill, giant size tablet of some sort to get your multivitamins, you're doing vitamins wrong. I'm promising you, you can get 165% more absorption from a Healthy Cell gel pack of vitamins. It just looks like this. You rip the top off. You just eat it and it's delicious. It's like a fruit gel goo deliciousness. And that is what your body needs and is going to absorb a lot better than your traditional vitamins. And you can save 20% on your first order when you check it out at healthycell.com/chicks.
Yeah, I seen a lot of people talk about how the Jesus commercial was really, that was kind of cool. It was a nice surprise. They spent $20 million on that ad.
Wow.
I think it's the He Is Us commercial. Good for them.
Yeah. I don't remember. I mean, I remember seeing it. It wasn't like this amazing, like super high tech commercial or anything, but it was it was included, which was nice.
Mhm.
So yeah. So
That's cool.
that was something. Now, Greg Gutfeld's commercial was very short because, well, you'll see. Here it is.
Oh, new King of Late Night commercial, ready to roll.
Isn't this great?
Is this cultural appropriation?
Action.
Hello, America.
That's a wrap.
What?
Sorry, these ads are pricey.
Wow. I mean, I love it though. That's awesome.
Right? I mean,
That's
pretty
actually
cool.
one of the cuter ones.
Yeah, I love that.
What was it? Like 10 seconds?
I mean, if that. It was so quick,
Yeah.
but good for them and good for him for being the king of late night. Like he's beaten out Colbert and Fallon and everybody. He is the undisputed king of late night now.
Mhm.
And so good for him for getting the giant audience at the Super
I think
Bowl.
even Bill Maher tried to do something too. Like he's trying to do something else, and then
he's on. Is it CNN?
Right,
Or-
CNN.
Yeah,
I think it's CNN. And I think Gutfeld smashed him too.
Yeah. Well, and
So.
Bill Maher like already cut, like he accidentally threw an F-bomb out on and was like, oh crap, I forget I'm not on HBO. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He already did the thing.
Yeah. Yikes. Yeah, you get
I know.
fined for that. You can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper and his mom did a T-Mobile ad that was just not. It just was like none of the
them.
ads, you guys, were really.
No
even
one's
the Will
funny.
Ferrell one wasn't even that great.
Right. That's the thing. These people aren't funny anymore. They're just not. People
Yeah.
used to be funny. Maybe it's just me. Am I getting older? I don't know. People
Are we
just aren't
shaking
funny.
awake?
I guess. People aren't funny anymore. I kind of watch these people and I'm like, some of you used to be funny and you're not.
Yeah. Then Serena Williams was doing like every possible kind of alcohol. She did a beer commercial. She did like I can't remember if it was a whiskey or a vodka commercial. I was like, girl, we get it. You like to drink.
Or maybe not. She just likes to make money.
Or that, yeah. But I mean, what an odd choice, I thought too. Like, you know what I mean?
You're an athlete. You're an athlete that's
Right.
supposed to be in tip-top condition, and then you're like hawking alcohol.
That's why I thought it was a weird choice on the companies. It was a weird choice for them to make.
Mhm.
Like, let's choose a top athlete to sell alcohol.
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
It didn't make any sense to me. Anyway, we have to switch gears now. So that was the Super Bowl. Obviously, the other big news is that apparently we're being invaded by aliens right now. And so
I don't think it's aliens. Mock thinks it's aliens. I think
just
it's
think
China.
it might be aliens.
I think that they're alluding to the fact that it could be aliens to distract from the fact that it's probably China. That's what I think.
All of it is China, but China is now reporting that they were going to shoot something out of the sky that was like flying over China. I mean, there's like all kinds of shit in the sky, you guys. I don't know what's going on, but it feels like an alien invasion.
Okay.
It feels a little alien to me.
Mock thinks it's aliens. I think it's probably China.
Well, there was some general, I guess, that was like, well, we're not ruling out aliens because you know why? Because nobody will give us any answers. That's the problem, is that we keep hearing about all these things being shot out of the sky. And then there's no follow-up. There's no like news. There's no conference about it. There's no address to the nation.
Because we have no leaders. We have no real leaders, which makes it even more terrifying. Because what was it, Friday night? That's when he had all the governors from around the country, minus DeSantis. And who was the other? There was one other governor that wasn't there. It was a woman. Noam. I think it was Noam. They weren't there. And they were all partying at the White House. He had a bunch of governors for dinner. So they had this fancy dinner, and that's what he was doing. I think it was Friday. It could have been Saturday. But that's what they were doing. They were hanging out, having a fancy dinner on our dime, you know? And so he worked for a weekend. The president worked, which if you want to call that work, I mean, I don't know if eating like a steak dinner is work, but that he was in the White House. But still, there's no word.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't,
that's the problem. Is it like,
right.
and there, some members of Congress who they were all busy tweeting and trying to get information and trying to tell people what was going on, but they're frustrated on both sides of the aisle. They're frustrated that they're just not getting any briefings about what's
Right.
happening. So I have a clip from Friday. This was after the second UFO, for lack of a better term. It's an unidentified object, right? It's
Yeah, I
unidentified.
guess we can call it that. Yes. Uh-huh.
So John Kirby, there was a great moment where Jackie Heinrich from Fox News really started pestering him, hounding him about the second balloon and why they were so quick to shoot that down, but they just took their freaking sweet time with that first one, right? So, and John Kirby gets pretty flustered in this, which I thought was interesting. Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian.
And so this exchange, it's a little bit on the long side, but he gets more and more uncomfortable, which is why I wanted to play the whole thing. Listen.
John, so the Pentagon ordered this new object be taken down over Alaska.
The president ordered it.
The president ordered it. So is it a fair takeaway then that the Pentagon regrets not taking down the first balloon before it crossed the entire U.S.?
Well, I'm not going to speak for the Pentagon. I can tell you that the president doesn't regret the way that we handled the first balloon. That time first of all, apples and oranges here in terms of size. As I said, this was size of a small car, and it was over a very sparsely populated area, but also more critically over water space when we ordered this down, as we did the last one, but a completely different size. And the debris field for this we expect to be much smaller than would have been for the other one. That's difference one. Difference two. We knew for a fact that the PRC balloon that we shot down last week was in fact a surveillance asset and capable of surveillance over sensitive military sites, and that it had self-propulsion and maneuver capabilities. There's no indication that this one did. The other one, the first one, was able to maneuver and loiter, slow down, speed up. It was very purposeful, that flight path inside the jet stream.
That would suggest that maybe you should it out over Alaska too, though.
Look, the Pentagon's already spoken to this question about whether or not they should have or could have shot it down over Alaska airspace. So I would refer you to, there was 2 hours and hours of testimony yesterday on that.
On the communications, though, we still don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, we don't know what intelligence or communications could have been collected or what devices they were targeting, as I understand it. So that being said, how can the president say it was not a major breach if we don't know that?
What we do know is we knew the basic flight path of this thing, and we were able to take steps at sensitive military sites that we believed would be along the flight path to significantly curtail any intelligence ability that the Chinese could get from the balloon. Certainly curtail anything that would be above and beyond what they normally try to collect through other means.
That he was on the struggle bus there.
Yeah, he was. And now there's been 4.
Is there
Now-
4?
Yes, there's been 4. We've had 4. There have been 4 objects now, Mock.
Well, the third one is the one that got shot down yesterday over Lake Huron.
There's been 4. No, that's a 4th one. We've had 4 now. There have been 4 objects total. There are 4 total.
So what did we do with the 4th one?
Shot it down.
So we've shot down 4?
We've shot down 4. There have been 4 now. Yes, throughout the weekend, there have now been 4. Yes. So
are you sure that we've shot down 4?
There have been 4 that have been shot down. Yes.
Okay, I only know about 3. I don't even know where the 4th one was.
There have been 4. There have been 4 objects.
Lisa, thank you very much for that.
Yes, there have been 4 down. There's been like 1 and there. No, there have been 4. There have been 4, you guys. There have been 4 total over the weekend. Like
that have been shot down though, because I know for sure of 3.
There was Canada. Yes, there are 4. There are 4. We have gotten rid of 4.
Oh my God.
Since the first balloon. Now they're not calling them balloons. They're calling them objects.
Right. They're
but
UFOs.
Because they don't know. They're not telling us what
aliens.
they are. Right. They don't know. But yes, there was one over Lake Huron. Like there was Lake Huron. There was I don't even know. There's 4. I know there's 4 in total.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. So since last week, I mean, I think in the span of like 7 or 8 days, there were 4.
Okay.
So, and so it's not freaking aliens.
I don't know. They're not ruling out aliens.
Of course they're not ruling it out because they don't want to blame it on China, because they don't want to say to us, hey, by the way, China is basically going to start waging war on us. This is like freaking Red Dawn at this point.
So, but so do you think China is making it up that they were following one that was flying over China?
I'm not going to I don't want to, it's like, I don't want to be an alarmist, I don't want to be that person who's like screaming and being an alarmist. I just know that like China has 2 times the amount of farmland, the amount of land space that is New York City, right? That take twice that. And that's how much farmland that they have here in the United States. I mean, I don't trust China.
No, nobody should.
I don't trust them. It's like and I feel like so much of this administration, like they do, like Democrats, at least they don't not trust them. Like, I think they think that they're somehow not our enemy. They're totally our enemy. I mean, there are people, there are Chinese spies all over the place in different industries all over our country.
Eric Swalwell's bedroom. I mean, they're everywhere, you guys.
Right. They're everywhere. I mean, and they've been, and it's like, what do you think they're doing? Are they just there for like, what, and giggles? It's not good. None of this is good. It's not.
Thank you. Robert Fitzgibbon says happy Valentine's Day, Muck and Daisy. Thank you very much for that.
Happy Valentine's Day.
KJP.
So I don't know. So I don't know what all the objects are doing. I have no idea, but it would be nice if somebody would get up on a podium and talk to the American people and tell us what all this stuff is.
That's the problem, is that everybody is left to speculate, right? Like we're all just like, I don't know. It's either aliens or China.
Right. I don't think it's aliens. I don't
know. It could be aliens. Could be. I'm just saying, like, now is a good time for aliens to be like, you know what? That planet is effed up.
I think aliens are going to pass us right by. I don't think aliens want anything to do with our crazy. Do you guys? I mean, seriously, if you were an alien, wouldn't you be like, I'm going to go ahead and pass that?
Yeah, aliens are going to look at KJP trying to explain NORAD.
Right.
And then they're going to be like, you know what? It's just not worth it.
I mean, would you want this? I wouldn't want this planet. I'd just pass on by.
If you guys missed KJP, this was an unbelievable moment where, and remember, she is in charge of communications, right? Like her whole job is to communicate clearly the White House's position on every subject to the American people. This is how bad of a fail that was yesterday. Take a listen.
Why is the American military shooting something out of the sky over Canada?
Because it's part of NORAD. The NORAD is part of it's a what you call a coalition, a consortium,
a pact of nations.
A pact, exactly. And so that's why we were able to do that. Again, we didn't do it on our own. We did it clearly in step with Canada.
Canada.
Oh my
Canada.
God.
It's like a whole different place, you guys. Canada. That's it. Canada.
So that was KJP. Now there's this other Democrat representative, Jim Himes, who has a theory about why we're hearing so much about all of these UFOs in the sky. Here are his thoughts about it.
Again, speculative guess as why we're seeing these things happen in quick succession is that now we're really attuned to looking for them, right? Without getting into detail, I can tell you that much of our radar, much of our sensors are really designed against the threats that most Americans are familiar with. We spent generations worried about missiles coming over the North Pole. They move very, very quickly and don't act like balloons. We always worry about aircraft. Those of us who remember 9/11 worry about aircraft that are unidentified. The truth is that that most of our sensors and most of what we were looking for didn't look like balloons. Now, of course, we're looking for them, so I think we're probably finding more stuff.
That's why, you guys, we're just looking for them.
So now that we're looking,
they were always there. We're looking for them.
This is a guy that's on the Intelligence Committee. Like,
ranking member?
Is that an oxymoron? Like. Seriously, I worry. These are the people in charge. Like, we pay them lots of money and they're in charge of things. Yeah. And then we're probably not going to even, like, there won't be a press conference about all of these objects in the sky that are monitoring us. And the first one finished its mission, right? The last three that we shot out of the sky or whatever. are we going to hear anything? Like, is anybody going to tell us what they are? Are we going to, because Mock thinks it's aliens. You know what I mean? It's like, this is where we are, you guys. People
been ruled out.
It's like we're at the point now where we're having to speculate. Is it like little green men in spaceships, like trying to take us out? This is what we're doing now. This is our world. What is happening? What's going on?
It would be great if we had a president who would actually fill us in.
Be great.
But here, you guys, here is who we actually have.
I told Governor Murphy once, every time I hear the president of the United States look around and say, where the hell is he? He's coming.
Oh my God.
That's what I say. It's so weird because that's exactly what I say.
Yeah, it's true. Where the hell is he? I don't know. Where is he? Yeah. He was really upset that he had to come into the White House over the weekend and eat a steak dinner. He was really pissed off. It must have been really hard for him because he had to stay up past 7 o'clock. You know,
visiting angels, America's choice and home care.
My pudding.
He was on, by the way, he did an interview. I don't know. This was within the last few days. He did an interview with, was it Telemundo or Univision or one of the Spanish speaking.
Very French when you say it like that. You can tell that you took French and I took Spanish because you're like Univision. Not the way you.
One of those. Okay.
Yeah.
And they asked him, dude, I'm paraphrasing. They said, dude, what is taking you so long to just freaking announce that you're running for president already? Here is how Biden answers that question.
You've said now multiple times that you have an intention to run for re-election, but you haven't made the decision yet. What's stopping you from making that decision?
I'm just not ready to make it.
There's no motive behind that?
No.
How do you win Democrats again? Many of them are concerned about your age.
Well, that's not what I hear. That's not. Look, do you know any polling that's accurate these days? You all told me that there's no way we were going to do well unless off your election. I told you from the beginning we were going to do well. You all told me I couldn't win the general election. We did well. I feel good about where we are. I feel good about the way things are, and I feel good about the reception I get. And I think it's awful difficult to poll these days. You know, you get. Don't hold me to the number, but I think you have to make like 51 calls to get one call through. And ask any pollster how accurate they think their polling is.
Yeah.
But look, it may be that, I run and I get clobbered, and if I run, I win. I mean, that's not my motive. That's not the base upon which I make the judgment.
He's so slurry.
He's very slurry, and his eyes. I mean, I wonder what surgeon thought that would be a good idea to make him look like this, you know? Because I always want him to open his eyes.
Squinting into the sun.
It's like he's always looking like that. Like I can't read this fine print. I need the big Reader's Digest print. I can't read. That's got it. Like it's just strange. Somebody thought that would be a good idea. Because if you look at older pictures of him, because I mean he's been in government for half of a century.
Years.
Half of a century. He's been in government. And you look at pictures of him back when he was bald. Remember when he was bald? He went bald back in 1972. He went bald. And then he got like, the things, the plugs and whatnot. But he had open eyes. Like his eyes were actually open and then he had no hair. He was a completely different person.
Completely different.
Totally different human being. Yeah.
And now you can't understand him.
No, it's like this, and he's got hair and it's like, it's so everything's different.
Somebody mentioned Ohio, the whole explosion. There was, I think it was like a train that exploded with all kinds of chemicals. And so there's like this cloud of poison, essentially, that's floating. A giant cloud of poison is floating from Ohio east. It's just heading over all of us. Well, not us, because I'm to the west of Ohio, but like basically everybody from Ohio eastward. There's just a giant poison cloud floating. And like nobody's identifying exactly what those chemicals are, what danger it poses. Nobody's talking about it. It's freaking crazy. So anyway,
Are you serious? Like this is, that would be something that would be helpful for people.
Right. And it's just like, it's just not being addressed. Like, where is Erin Brockovich? You know what I mean? Like somebody get her on the phone.
Or somebody, like it's just You think that it's a public health issue.
Oh, it's definitely a public health issue. It has to be. You don't just have a cloud of poison floating willy-nilly and not mention it. Yeah, it's near the Pennsylvania border now, Eastern Ohio, Pennsylvania border.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, chemicals for plastics. Like that cannot be good to just be in the sky.
Sue said they're arresting reporters for covering that story.
Oh, Erin Brockovich is already on it? So she's commenting. I'm going to have to go follow her on Twitter.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have
There's
to.
dead fish everywhere in Ohio.
Oh my gosh.
You guys. I mean, that is messed up.
That's crazy. No FEMA, no EPA. What the hell?
What is going on?
Yeah.
Right?
They're arresting people. They're arresting people for reporting it. We got to look into that. Like that's nuts.
Freaking messed up. So yeah. So that is, thank you.
See, there again, it's like, this is crazy because they're arresting First Amendment rights, right?
Yeah. And why is anybody being arrested for trying to cover that story? That doesn't make any sense at all.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
So,
people should be outraged.
Chickens dead. I mean, this is, oh my God.
Dead livestock. Yeah, I would imagine there's dead livestock.
Somebody needs to address it at least and say, does anything need to be done? Do people need to be taking any precautions? How's the water supply? Like these things matter to everybody that cloud of poison is floating above. I mean, it just matters and nobody's
because food supply is like such a huge concern of mine, the food supply and who's controlling it and why. I mean, it's not aliens.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's not aliens.
It's easy for me to forget sometimes that Katie Hobbs is an actual governor right now in Arizona because of that whole ridiculous election. So Shannon Bream interviewed her within the last few days, asked her a lot of tough questions, which she had a horrible time answering because she's just not smart. I mean, Katie Hobbs is an absolute moron, but at no point did she look more moronic than when Shannon Bream called her out for being a person who got to go to private school and yet is completely against school choice. I'm sorry, against school choice. Shannon calls her out in a really powerful way, and the dancing that Katie does.
Yeah, it's unreal.
It's remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have to check it out for yourself. Listen.
Something that the state House Majority Leader said in response to your plan. I think this was his response to your State of the State address. Okay.
We also think it's only right that Arizona students have the same choice that Governor Hobbs had attending a private school, which she credits for helping her build a better life.
A reference there to the private Catholic high school that you went to. So why shouldn't all students have a chance at what you said was so important in your own life?
Look, I grew up in a working class family. This was well before any of this public assistance for private school existed. And my parents made that choice. I begged them to send me to public school.
You begged them.
And we sacrificed a lot. There were times in my family that we were on food stamps. And so it was a choice that they made.
Right.
And they struggled to make that choice. What I want is for every student in the state of Arizona, no matter where they live, to have access to high quality public education. And with this universal voucher system, that's not happening.
But if their system is failing, if their public school is failing, no to giving them a chance to go somewhere else like you did?
The schools are failing because we are failing to invest in them.
Oh my God.
You know what would have been great is to see her answer this question in a debate with Carrie Lake.
Yeah.
It would have been so great to see Carrie Lake go toe to toe with her on this subject in an actual freaking debate, but she was too scared to do it. She's too much of a chicken shit.
Coward. God.
She's such a coward. She couldn't do this. So instead, after she wins the election, she sits down with Shannon Bream and she's like, I begged to go, but I begged to go to public school. Oh my God, seriously, that's your excuse? You begged to go to public school?
And your parents still made the choice that you are not allowing other parents to make.
Because they were able to. And you're a private school kid. Like seriously? And you had all those perks and benefits of going to private school. Give me a break. What an entitled little you-know-what she is.
Yeah. I would use the C word if we weren't
mixed
I would
company.
at
least use the B word. And that's exactly what she is. It's unbelievable, this chick, that she can actually say that with a straight face. I begged.
And then to suggest that it's because we're not investing enough money into public schools.
Oh my God.
We keep throwing money and more money at public schools. The problem is that we're spending it on freaking administrative programs and diversity and all these extra unnecessary people instead of actually teaching kids what they're supposed to know. Yeah, that was
amen to that. Amen to that. Crazy.
All right, let's get into your whack.
Okay. My whack. You guys, I hate Disney.
But first,
you guys check out our website, chicksontheright.com. You have to go there every single day, bookmark it, do all the things, go there, read it. We have great writers, including us. We're pretty good. So go there.
We do say so ourselves.
chicksontheright.com. I hate Disney. I don't think it's a secret. If you've been here for any amount of time, you know that I am just not a fan. I've just not participated in the whole Disney thing, the Disney culture. As a parent, I just don't like it. And I have a lot of friends who are like, we're going on this Disney cruise and doing this thing, and we're spending $10,000 to go spend 3 days at Disney, and it's Disney. It's a brand, and I get it. Like, as a parent, I know a lot of people get sucked into the Disney. I just do not like it. I've never liked it. And especially now, it's the worst. Like, the things they are doing now and the people who are running that joint, that place is nuts. Like, some of the stuff that is coming out now, you would just not believe. And I know it's insidious. It used to be insidious. Now it is like in your face. They are doing stuff that it's unrecognizable from when I was a kid. It's craziness. And so you have to see the latest. This is on Disney Plus, I think.
Yeah, Disney Plus. It's a cartoon. So
we can't play the whole thing. Yeah, we can't play the whole thing because it was like 2 minutes long. But we'll play just a little piece of this show. It's unreal.
And this is like, I saw a bunch of different clips. This one is awful. Obviously, the whole thing is. There was another clip too where they actually promote Robin DiAngelo's White Fragility book.
They show the book
cartoon.
Yeah, they show the actual cover of the book and how it's. And if you look at the characters, I mean, I remember when Disney, the characters were soft and fun and engaging and something that I like, happy. I guess that's the way, and comforting, because it's a kid cartoon, right? These characters are angry,
right,
and harsh, and like nothing that I would want my kid exposed to, just at face value, right? And then the stuff that they're talking about, it's like, why would you want to sit your 4 and 5-year-old in front of this garbage? Why would you want them to learn to hate other people? I'm in awe of this. Anyways.
So here is a little bit of this horrific cartoon.
This country was built on slavery, which means slaves built this country. Tilled this land from sea to sea to sea. First it was rice, tobacco, sugar cane. Then Whitney did his thing and cotton became king. And we were its soldiers, 4 million strong. Fighting for America's freedoms, even though we remained America's slaves. Built this country. The descendants of slaves continue to build it. Slaves built this country. And we, the descendants of slaves in America, have earned reparations for their suffering. And continue to earn reparations every moment we spend submerged in the systemic prejudice.
I mean, you guys get the idea.
It just goes on and on. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And it's just, you would not believe some of the stuff that's in there. Yeah, they start talking about white fragility and just how much white people suck.
And there's a lot of white people apologizing to Black people. I mean, it is a cartoon. You guys, this is a Disney that's crazy.
And they make the white people in it look evil. You know, I mean, just like the characterization of the white people in it they look stupid and evil. And it's awful. I mean,
and this is supposed to help. This is supposed to like heal racial tensions. Like what?
It's
so counterproductive.
It's pinning kids against one another. And it's basically just segregating them. It's saying this kid with white skin is awful. And you need to hate one another. It's teaching them to hate one another, which is the worst. I just cannot believe that people are doing this in 2023. I just can't. And I don't want any part of this. And I think it's awful. It's horrific what they're doing to children. And Disney can suck it. They can absolutely suck it. I want no part of this. And I won't give them any of my money, and you shouldn't either. It's just awful.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty bad.
it's whack.
I think they are. I think Disney Plus is losing a lot of
I hope
subscriptions.
so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
It's getting
Disgusting.
bad.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for some My Pillow talks. I do have some good ones. I don't know if I'll play both of these, but I'll just there's one that just absolutely cracked me up. Okay, so what you know how you've seen this is an old trick, but like when someone sticks their hands in your sleeves so that their hands are supposed to look like yours, right? You've
Yes.
seen this trick before. So
Uh-huh.
this is a husband and wife doing this, right? And the woman decides she's going to do a makeup or a skincare tutorial, except that it's her husband's hands. So you can imagine how that goes. Look at this.
Sometimes I like to shush myself just to make sure I stay in the moment. I'm taking my makeup off.
That's how we put her headband on.
Okay. I think we're good. I think I got it all. Just toss it out of the side. Okay. Take some of my micellar water. That container right there that I just thumped. I'm gonna it's very liquidy. It's very liquidy. So I just have
She's
to be
warning
very
him.
careful how
She's
much
like,
I
oh my
dump
God.
out. I could use a little more. Gotta maybe soak the pad up. Specifically around my eyes, very gently around my eyes.
She's like, please make it gentle, please.
Now, next I would wash my face, but I'm gonna skip that tonight and just put some cream on it. So I have this cream. It's a little further. Yeah, there's my cream. Found it. Got it. Okay, this is just a little bit goes a long way with
His
this.
hands are so man-hand. Like, it's just so funny.
She said a little bit goes a long way.
Oh,
I'm
God.
just gonna take this cream and put it on my face. All over. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, that feels really nice. Yep. Just make sure. Definitely want to make sure your nostrils are fully moisturized. And that's it, you guys. Then I take off my.
Anyway, that was part 2 of a much
that
longer
was good.
series. So
Oh my God.
you know how sometimes like if you are because we live this every day, when you're the first person of your marriage to have to wake up and
yeah.
you have to see your spouse snuggled cozily in bed.
I kind of want to punch him in the face.
Right, but you still love him like all at the same time.
I do. I love him, but I want to punch him.
Right, exactly.
And then wake him up and have him make me coffee.
So I think that this guy personifies that in the best way possible through a Ring doorbell as he's leaving for work. Here we go.
I hope you're fucking comfortable laying in that bed. I gotta go to fucking work. It's freezing. I can't find my jacket. What's up? We going shopping today, bitch? All right. I'm going to work. I love you.
Right? Going to work. I love you.
that's
After you
how
absolutely melt down.
It's how I feel at 4:45 in the morning every morning. It's basically like exactly my sentiment. Yeah, my sentiment to my family. Mm-hmm.
Also, you didn't tell me that you made a TikTok with your 2 dogs, but it's going to be hard for you to tell me that this is not your dogs.
The bottom line is we need to get a dog for protection. Like if someone tried to break into our house, I'd want to make sure that they were immediately terrified.
Basically,
Bottom
them.
line is
Totally them. That's Cash and Astrid right there. Except for Astrid's a little bit overweight, so it'd be tough for Cash to carry her like that.
Oh my God, that
little bit.
absolutely cracked me up.
On the plump side. Yeah.
There is a woman. Now, my husband's always like, she's going to be eaten any second. But there's a woman, I don't even know what state this is, probably Tennessee or somewhere where there's a lot of bears. Okay. I don't know how, but this woman has bears come to her front doorstep. Remember, I've showed you, you guys, the video where she taught the bear how to close the door. Remember?
Yes.
This bear is now bringing its bear cubs to see her, and she uses this rake to scratch them, and they love it. And like, I cannot believe that this happens and that it is not me.
Oh my God.
Look at that precious little angel.
Oh my gosh, with the cubs?
I mean, what in the world? She just, I mean, if you're that close already, why wouldn't you just love on them? Why wouldn't you just go, oh my gosh?
I don't know. I'd probably still use the rake. Look at the baby.
I mean, isn't that the sweetest? I mean, they love the scratches.
There's a baby.
And the mom is like, yeah, this is fine.
I just brought her here in tribute. Like, oh my God, that baby's going to come into the house.
I think they're just allowed right in there, right in the entryway.
In the doorstep, right in the doorstep.
Because Mama does that too. I mean, she comes a little bit in all the time. I don't even know how this is a thing, but Ron's like, the problem is that when they run out of food, that woman will be food.
Yeah, she's going to die. Yeah, she will die.
But I just don't believe it. I want to believe that they're just
baby
gonna keep
crawling up
visiting.
on her door. Oh my God.
Isn't it so sweet?
I mean, it's sweet now until it's not. And then she gets completely mauled and she dies.
Anyway, I love them. Okay. There is a woman, a rather large woman, and we don't, I'm not going to say she's fat. I'm going to say she's very easy to see. And this woman does a lot of try-ons, right? She'll like imitate people who try on like a haul of clothing from wherever. In this case, she has ordered Skims.
God.
I didn't know this, but Skims, this is Kim Kardashian's line of like underwear. They go all the way up to size 4X. That is what this woman ordered. We're going to see how that worked out.
I've done it. I've purchased the tortilla set. I purchased this with my own money, and did you know it comes in a 4X? It doesn't look like it's gonna cover one lip. I got it in gold. I just want to remind you guys, this is a part of the Skims Fits Everybody line. I caught a peek. Contrary to belief, I am wearing the bottoms. Oh wow! Kim, does this fit everybody?
And then just snapped right off, man.
I feel like it doesn't fit everybody. I feel like it's not. I know that the name says it fits everybody, but I feel like it doesn't.
It doesn't quite fit everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, last one, and that is of the most sweetest, precious monkey. This monkey got all caught up in like fishing line or like some kind of stuff, and this fisherman caught the monkey and helped the monkey escape from all of the wire entanglement. And look at, I mean, it's just so sweet. You guys watch the sweet monkey. Look at what a mess he is.
Cash sees the monkey.
I mean, he is totally tangled up.
Oh no, the monkey is tangled up.
And his little face.
Oh.
Sweet little baby monkey.
It's a sweet fisherman.
I mean, look at all that wire and shit around him.
Bless his little heart.
And it hurts, he's.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh.
How did that happen?
I don't don't know. He's all better now. He's okay.
That right there.
Isn't he precious?
He's
going to get some mango or whatever that is.
I think it's mango.
Look.
Aw.
Thank you, Mr. Fisherman. Look at that sweetheart.
People are like, Steve said, hey, Daisy, you should get a monkey. I'm not a monkey person. I'm not.
How can you not be a monkey person
I'm not
after
really
seeing
a monkey
that?
person. Cash says hello. He already flapped a lot, you guys. He flapped.
Really?
Yeah.
He missed it? He'll do it again. Just hug him in. Bring him in. Bring him in.
Yeah, come here and say hi to everybody. Come here. He's stretching. Come here. Okay, we're bringing it in. We're bringing it in.
He needs to be brought into
he's doing
your
downward
bosom.
dog. He's doing downward dog as we bring it in.
No, you got to bring him in to yourself.
Come here. Come here. Come over here. Come here. Come here. Come
I
here.
need to like wave him down.
Come
Can
here.
you see me?
Look, come here. He already flapped a lot, you guys. So I think he maybe flapped out.
Why was he so early? He's not supposed to flap early.
He was flapping all during like talks. He was flapping a lot. You may have missed it.
Yeah, I missed it.
He was flapping a lot. Now he's eating a bone. And he's playing with his bone. So he just wants to say hello to everybody. He's losing his mind. He's losing his mind right now.
Oh my gosh. He's like flipping
Yeah,
the
he's
rug
like
up and
he's
everything.
having a cow. Okay.
All
you
right.
guys, we hope you have a wonderful Monday.
Indeed. A very happy Valentine's Eve.
Valentine's Eve, you guys. Yeah, you guys. And I forgot to open my blinds. I'll do that tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So sorry.
You got to have a Valentine's sunrise.
Yes, there will be a Valentine's sunrise tomorrow. I promise. You guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Everybody.